finishing another Emperor's Request always feels like some pressure taking off my back once again as we satisfy the Emperor. And there it is. And with that... Oh, wait a second. Not taking in all. Oh, what? There you go. And with that, we have solved it again. And the Emperor's reputation status changed. And with that, we are now a supporter of Gnaeus Firmus Calidus. This also means now that we have the island settlement cost reduction. It's a bit late to that, honestly. Considering that we mostly did all of them, the Emperor request, right? But that bonus should kick in a bit earlier, honestly. Can reroll items at traders now. Can reroll items from specific niche at traders. We get 15% better prices and 20% better prices for items for all representatives. So that's this one here. Reroll, and we can reroll specialists in that case until we get the right amount of them. They're still very expensive though. Yes, I'm specifically talking about this island here that cost me a fortune and probably a few organs too, but it's ours now. And yeah, being a supporter of the Emperor also comes with its own responsibilities. That means we don't need wine. We haven't gotten wine yet anywhere, and this island here has the grape fertility finally that we need for 2 of my population tiers, and we should also from now on calculate in our Verulamium as well, where the Roman population is growing and they already have a demand of wine as well. So providing all of that will be, I think, quite a challenge, because when I check it out for Vineta, my wine demand is at 5. We got 7 with that, with the Celtic region as well. Providing 7 wine. Oh, honey is also something. That is probably around 6 vintners that we need with that, and with that the workforce. The farms, however, only cost farmers, so that's a great relief for me, because we can already have a specialization here again. That means that this one here is going to be a farmer town, mostly, even though it's so big. We can do a lot of good things here. I'm already starting with the timber that we got from the ship and the tiles, and probably go then up here into this forest area that we can use right away for our first basic industry. Even though we could also just reforest. I know. This is faster though. So once again, a new city is about to enter the market. Speaking about markets, we should have a market somewhere here in the center. And this time around, I'm not gonna go with any triple roads, don't worry. Some of you are incredibly sick of them, it seems. Looks like a spaceship from above. And here, by the way, we have 5 mountain slots, so an aqueduct would be possible here too, if I want to make this one into a bigger city, that is. For the farming, we will definitely need to get to the other side though. So let's just check it out. Can I have a bridge here? And then we go into this area. Now we need a lot of meadow for the bees, for the apiaries that we have. And that's these guys here. They produce also only every 45 seconds. That's a very strange ratio that we have. And by the way, the wine will reduce the knowledge of my people. So if I get the wine in here, it has this penalty of -1 knowledge for every house, right? So we need to have something that counters that, something that increases my knowledge. Funnily enough, we have that with the standing Lyris that we have over there. So this is the latest production that we unlocked, and look at that. It's quite extensive. It's probably one of the most complex productions we have, and this one needs the gold that we already produce. It needs the sand rack that we already have as well, and it needs the sheep farms that we already have as well. Only the processing buildings we do not have. So these are probably the last buildings I'm going to add to this industry zone here. We just will need to check out how much of that we need. And the standing Lyris is all the way down here, 1 ton right now for a city of that size already. So yeah, probably 2 to 3 maximum is all we need, right? And funnily enough, once again, we can spread them through the city. What we can't spread is the gilder. That's for the ornate wood that we have. So that's 3 of them that we need. This needs the gold and the sand rack. And the stringer, for this we need actually 4 to 5 to make them work. And they reduce the happiness again. So I'm going to have them as far away as possible. And I'm just going to try and squeeze them in here. One more. Come on. It's possible. Wait for it. Let's get the well in here. Move this one up here. And then I can squeeze in another one here. Perfect. Now we got the 4. And I will want to have... No, they don't need to work with each other, right? So they are completely independent. The only thing we should add then here is a warehouse of some sorts. Probably here. Actually, I'm really surprised how easy that one is. The only problem is that we need more Sandorak. So we have that in Saliente. Over there are my farms. Because of course we're already using this. So let's add... Ooh, we actually will need 4 in addition to make up. At least 4. So we'll just see. It's this area. Then we can have another one here. Oh, and we have the blueprinted versions there. Perfect. That's another one, and that's the last one we can add here. Let's just build all of them because it's safer to have a surplus. This warehouse we could improve, but I'm going to improve this one here instead. And then we need the sheep farms. We also have the sheep production here, but we already have a massive surplus of sheep. We're producing 27 there. 27, we certainly don't need that much in Vineta, but it's close. It's 22, right? So it's not that decisive. Let's actually build 2 more. The trade routes should stay the same. And then we just need to implement the buildings now. That would be the 3 here, and then the 4 of these. Let's make it 5, and let's upgrade my warehouses here too. Then we have the goldsmiths, but we're out of gold. I'm gonna add another one here just to be safe. Very good. And then we need tops 3. We could start with 1 or 2. That would already be enough. And since they have a very good bonus, I'm gonna go with at least some very central ones. So this one here, let's get rid of them. We have enough farmers. Right here. And definitely a bit further in the city, we do have... Let's just check it out. The sandal maker that provides some income. The spinner provides knowledge. That's too valuable to me. What could I get rid of? This one here provides income. This one is the health boost. I would need all of them. Think about it, I don't need that many Medici anymore, right? Because we have a very high island health. There's no reason to push it further up. You get festivals after a while. The Hygiene Festival. But that's about it. So this we can use to... Yeah. Make this a bit tighter. Very good. And with that we can squeeze it in now. That I would definitely like to do, to provide that nice happiness boost while building this. And what to do with that well that we have. Very good. We can still add something else here. Like a shrine or whatnot. This one provides income and prestige for this surrounding area. That might be a building we can squeeze in here once we have it finalized. For now, let's wait. So this one's coming in. And with that, we are producing now 2 of the Lyra, right? And I will certainly not need more than that for the foreseeable future. as long as I'm not upgrading too many. So that's the knowledge that we get now, that we have to counter the penalty with the wine, right? That's the lira. So the lira provides way more bonuses. It's a really, really nice building. Let's go with the farming in Lorarium that we have over there. So I'm gonna have me a warehouse here. We got some 60 farmers already, and of course we wanna get a few more in. Gonna keep a bit of a distance here so we can add some shrines and whatnot. I still do greatly miss my commute here. Okay, and with that out of the way, we can now move over here. Let's keep that beach for later. And then we have the wine here. There you go. And also the meadows, of course. So the apiaries that we have in here. A bit of concrete we need. There it is. The standing lira, by the way, is in. And with that we get the belief, the income and the knowledge boost out of that. And also the culture category is fully satisfied. Okay, let's have the wineries finished. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And then continue on the other side as well. And then we still need the apiaries here. Why are they all fat? Working the honey? Snacking a bit too much here. Guess that's the message. And then over here, our wine fields. I would have loved, so this is an idea for the future, that you can actually just build one of them and then expand them with more fields. Because this looks very industrial, you know, like if you have that, but you need that many for a proper production. But I would love, you know, if you have just one in the center and then you have huge fields around that with modules and stuff like that you can add. This would have been a great opportunity for that. To have huge landowners instead of multiple buildings you need to place here. Alright, this one's actually lacking a warehouse close by. We only have 5 production for the grapes, but we have enough for the honeycombs. So I need a bit more. I'm probably gonna copy me this block here. Also upgrading our warehouses. Now we have 8 for both. And now I just need a trade route that connects my Lorarium to Vineta. And I think, yeah, we're going to use 2 triremes mostly for that, most likely. With the grapes and also with the honeycombs. Let's start with 1. And the second one will follow. Just enough workforce to make it all working here, but for any kind of additional production we will need more people. Then in this case we have the sturgeon population on this island and also olives, so another olive production is possible. Now for the wine, everything is now coming in. The only thing that's missing, of course, is once again our production for this. So as said, I would like to have then one here, so we will still need to move a couple of things around. The olive production, we have that shrine, so I would really like to get rid of some of those buildings here. We don't need all of them here. And those shrines just look best close to the main road. Having this one here, for example. And this we probably want to turn around so that it fits a bit better into that center. And here we have the watchtower, though I think we already have one here. Yep. I don't need 2 watchtowers close by. Looks like a little garden or something. It's actually a garden. It is a garden. It is something where you can have the wine tasting then. Just behind here. Though, I'm not the biggest fan of these houses in the city, right? I think it doesn't fit that much. I'm still gonna have it now for the bonus, because it's really a nice bonus. And it has a huge radius, so you don't need that many of these here. Probably another one over here. Somewhere. Also gonna use this to clean up some of my areas, like this one here. So we can totally make a nice area here then. Perhaps we can find something else that we can use here. And there it is. The wine is also finally coming in for my tier 3 and tier 4 population. And with that we get the income, happiness and belief boost, but of course also the knowledge penalty. It is still a surplus thanks to the lires as well. The income I don't feel that much, because we are already paying now also almost 3,000 for units and 2,200 for warships and 2,000 for trade ships. Quite expensive to maintain all of that. I would like to also continue making an effort into unifying the city layouts a bit. So in here, for example, this looks still a bit chaotic to me, but we can make things a bit easier here. For example, by moving these smaller service buildings over, right? Making room for a bigger area. So I'm just gonna move these here. Just real quick, so that we can move the winery here to the aqueduct, right? And with that we can once again make this block here complete, which would be my goal. So this one looks better again, right? Where we can add then some ornaments in the center. Also we have these smaller buildings here, kind of like scattered in, right? Let's just see if we have... Can we see the warehouse? Yeah, we could see this, because all of them here have a warehouse here already. So theoretically, I don't need this warehouse there, right? We do have another warehouse over there for the Colosseum. And with that, we can save space again. Space that we can use to squeeze in more of my production buildings, like this one here. And with that, we have another potential block available here where we can squeeze in more houses again. I would probably like to go with these houses here. With the marble street, right? And this looks just vastly different again. We even have some more here where we can now use these buildings there. Move them over. Let's have it down here for now. Because now we can make this block complete. Like so. Have the marble road going through it. Very good. I like this much more. And we still keep, of course, a nice radius for the industry. The next one is that these guys here are close to a main road. I also don't like the look of this, so I'm gonna move them once again. So that we can... Wait a second. Let's actually move them all down here for now. By the way, I think this is a resident. Yeah. It's not that easy to see sometimes. But with this, we can move now the... Toga production down here. Still has a nice radius. And I can have the Grammaticus here, where I would like to have it more, right? Because the Grammaticus fits just more into the the main road feeling. And the fire station we can move behind the aqueduct. Kind of like disappears there. Together with my police station. There it is, right? So they fit together more like that. And we can keep the well here and the latrina here. And then we have this complete block again. So this is something I can see that we can definitely plan better for a new city, right? Because you really need so many artisan buildings and whatnot coming together. So I think we could even use this area there to move in the last residence. There you go, right? To make another block here of houses. And then we have that area where we can move some of those productions back in again. Even though this really still doesn't fit in. So I might, in fact, squeeze me in some more residences here. This looks now vastly different. I would love to have another skin for the marketplace. You know, there is nothing here that we can do. We could move the marketplace again. The same goes with the tavern. There is unfortunately no different skin that would make them look a bit more urban. Like right now, this still looks a farmer market, right? In the middle of these high tier buildings that we have. I hope there's something coming along the way. And if it's just a mod, I'm also happy about this. By the way, I love the fountain, this one here, because it's right the size that we can squeeze it into one of these courtyards. And I think this looks just nice. And we can take this one and move it into the other courtyards, like this one here. Very good. And yeah, why not? Let's upgrade this block here. And this block here. I would also like to remodel this block here again. This looks way too scattered, so I'm gonna get the residences out. Very good. And with that, we can even add more houses into this area. Gotta be careful now. We're running out of equitas, but we still have lots of flaps that I can also get to the next level. I'm also really not a fan how this looks, especially so close to the forum. And as you can see, we got lots of useless roads in here that you really don't need. Taking away all that space. And once again here, I would like to have my fire station and police station and a few of my artisans closer to the aqueduct where they kind of like merge with it. And open up more space then for more production, more houses that we can add. So here we got once again also an olive press. Of these we have a lot right through the city, and we really don't need that much olive oil and that much health boost. We have too much, right? So I barely lost any health there, getting rid of it entirely. So this is the bonus that we're still getting from all the bigger buildings that we have. I love this transition actually. They've done a nice job on this, because the more bigger buildings you have, the fewer smaller buildings you need, and we can really open up some areas again. And then we can squeeze them in here just fine. Make this complete. And with that, we got this whole row here available for more houses again. Also, with getting rid of some of the artisan buildings here, I don't need that warehouse anymore, which is also saving me lots of space again. Come on, make this curved somehow. There you go. Thank you very much. And with that, let's try and get this road along the aqueduct just here. To this road, to this building there, and then also to this one here. So they've got their own little entrances then here around that, and we still have this watchtower that fits in more over there. And yeah, there's also room for another house again Fantastic. And we just moved a bunch of buildings around now. Lost, of course, a few tiny percentages here, but the overall look is much better than before. Now we just need to upgrade them. Gives me also enough workforce again to upgrade to the higher tiers then, especially. And I think these guys here, yep. Man, this game is beautiful. I'm really digging the art style. Fantastic. Especially now that we can upgrade so many more to the higher tiers than here in the center. Research-wise, we can go for more patrols again, especially for the Custodes. So this one just adds more, you know, oh, wow, 15 seconds, then it's finished. And yeah, it's just a faster way of solving riots. Also here, another shrine permit. These are always very good because shrines are just very powerful. There is a new god that we can go for, the Cult of Cernunnos. Let's unlock us this one here. Another bonus for Albion, that is the recreation buildings, have 20% more range. That's very good. I like this one too. All mines are boosted by aqueducts if they're within range. And also the water supply of the aqueduct basin is increased by another 50% so that we can put more cisterns to it. For these, oh, legally enshrined, yes, another bonus. Open 12 mines in Albion and generate 9,000 knowledge. We would be able then to get into this one here. Grave fertility is increased. What else do we have here? Productivity for mines, flat 5% boost everywhere. So this sounds very good. Also the plated hull for the ships makes them more resilient. Sounds like a very good thing to have. And there's this new cult that we have unlocked, the Cernunnos or Cernunnos. And this one here gives me bonuses to wood production, wattle and daub, reed, eels, resin, small birds and beavers. Everything that is good in Albion. Also, we get the natural vigor. Residences produce additional health and knowledge. Nice. I still think, though, that Ceres is the most powerful out of all of them because of the additional population that you get out of residences. Because this counts, this is quite a nice bonus, right? You get more workforce, more taxpayers, you can upgrade more buildings. It's just very powerful. And yeah, back in Verulamium, we do have now lots of concrete. I would like to use this to finally start paving the roads here. Let's start with the main road again. And don't forget that each one of these upgrades, yeah, dramatically boosts my city parameters because we increase the range of all the service buildings that kind of like go over that. Also, what is that again? Recreation ground. Oh, wattle and daub. I should have this over here though. There it is. Very good. Let's have the next building finished. That boosts the happiness of the people here. And also, it's just one of the most beautiful buildings in this game, seriously. Great stuff, really. And 185 we have left. Let's continue with some more upgrades here in the center. And with that, also, my capital in Albion is completely happy with their lot for the moment. There's a bunch more mining sites here. I would like to open them up just to get me my milestone, right? Having 9 mines in total in Albion. I thought at this point we would have reached it, but I really want to go for this. Here we could have the silver limestone, and let's go with 1 limestone for the additional concrete production. And then I'm probably going with 1 silver because we need to have more jewelry in Latium. And with that we can push my industry here a bit further that we have. So far so good. Both cities are prospering and I just love how many things we can optimize right now. Also when it comes to city layout and more productions, of course. And yeah, we still have huge buildings prepared for Verulamium. We continue onwards in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.